Here's the thing, your mindset is killing your momentum, not your ideas. You know how you can try like everything in the world, but you'll never have enough time to actually properly pull it off? That's the thing. You could have all the ideas in the world, but you don't have enough time to implement them. So, obviously you can stick to one thing, but you can also learn so many other skills which can help you out in that one area. But the point that I'm getting at is that your mindset is killing your momentum, because if you do not have the right mindset, that information that you have, or that you've been given, or that you paid for, hold up, let me just move this back, that you've paid for, is not going to be of any use. Because if you're not in the right state of mind, if you're not in a frame of mind of where I can learn X thing and then apply it to Y. Let's just say, for example, sales. So once I end up learning sales, so let's just say I learned the basics of sales from someone, I can't actually apply that skill up until I have the right mindset. Because look, you've got rejection, you've got so many other smaller skills that a lot of people don't actually understand, and this is where it comes a part of the mindset. So obviously sales is the ability to influence one person. That's obviously why we have discovery calls, closing calls, all that sort of stuff. And the whole point of sales is obviously to close that said person, or to make them book an appointment, which you guys might be thinking sounds easy, but really there's a whole bunch of smaller skills in that which actually make sales. So as I said, like the ability to influence, ability to deal with rejection, and the ability to just keep on fighting for another day. Because sales is very much a numbers game, but it's not a numbers game if you can't do it well. It's just literally it's only a numbers and a volume game if you can do it well, because then you're going to be able to help out more people and get them to move forward and help them out through their customer journey. But thing is, if you don't have the right mindset of being like, okay, well, I have to get told no, I have to get told this, I have to get, all your life experiences through sales. So as I said, like getting told no, and just a consistent rejection, which a lot of people are not built for, which a lot of people are not in the right mind to do sales. Hold on, let me just change that back. But yeah, like a lot of people aren't in that sort of mindset. So there's this whole bunch of sub skills which are all to do with your mindset. Which, what I'm saying, it's your mindset, not your ideas, because your ideas could eventually help you with building all the skills you want. So let's just say, for example, you're someone like me who runs a marketing agency. I'm like, hey, I might as well learn software. What can I do with software in a marketing agency? I can then create, like, for example, a lead generation software. I could also create like a copy or meta ad strategy through like ad strategy software through software, and like so many other examples. I'm just naming those two off the top of my head. But yeah, it's like you can add so many, like you can add so many different skills. Like let's just say, for example, trading and investing. So let's just say you learn trading and then you want to apply that to marketing, for example. Now you understand buyer psychology better. Now you understand how people are influenced whenever there's fear or greed in the market, how people want to move, or whatever happens when rates get cut, like what's happening at the moment, or so many of these other factors. They help you understand your buyer to a greater extent. Also, have a look at that sun. Like, it is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, the point that I'm getting at is that it actually, you building up all these sub skills, you building up all of these ideas will help you learn. But you got to do things correctly. That's the thing. You got to do things correctly. Like, imagine if you're just some bum on the street, got no money to your name, literally can't do a thing, and you're like, hey, I want to spend £3,000 on, let's just say, marketing training to learn the skill and to actually run a marketing agency. What's the point of you doing that? Because your mind is going to be back in the same position, and also you're still going to be living in fear, and that old operating system that you still would keep you stuck there no matter how much money you spent. As I said, it's like it all is to do with your mindset. And like for me, for example, Like, I've spent, around about 250k on mentorship and on coaching, just so that I can learn skills, so that I can move forward. Like, even like some of my earlier ones were on mindset, were on courses, were on coaching. The whole point of me doing that was to actually help me move forward, because I'm like, hey, I know I'm lacking in a lot of areas, let me then improve. And even like today, I'm like, hey, I'm lacking in, let's just say sales, for example. Like, my sales is not as good as what it should be, but it's still pretty decent. Or like my marketing ability, for example, like, it's not as good as what it should be, but I can get it better. And it's like I'm currently paying for more and more people to teach me more and more skills, so then I can add like a bit of a, once I've got to a stage where I've mastered the skill, I can then add a bit of personality to it, if that makes sense. Just because the whole point of you learning skills is so then you can then create your own versions of them, and then you can also sell them to people, or you can teach other people your skill. Let's just say for example you're running a dirt bike coaching business, for example, and I'm just like, hey, I can help you with your marketing for that. He's selling the skill of coaching for dirt bikes, and yet I'm selling the skill of marketing. So that trade is going to happen. He pays me my monthly retainer plus possibly rev share, just because we generally, with those high ticket businesses, we generally like to go for a rev share. But as I said, it's all about being open to the ideas. It's all about being open to new opportunities, open to new mindsets, because it's pretty simple. If you want to be stuck in the same place for the next 10 years, that isn't going to happen if you don't change your mindset. So let's just say, for example, you're from Bundaberg, hometown, where I'm at the moment. Not bagging on the people of Bundy, but you think like most people do here, where everything is too much of a risk, or anything over $1,000 is too much of a risk unless it's a car or unless it's a house. And investing in real estate's the only way out. So how can I change their mindset to think differently? What do I need to do to make them have the same sort of belief? Because it's like, hey, I'm from there and I'm a product of nurture, not nature. I'm a product of nurture. And I'm like, okay, what tools do they have nurturing in them to maybe think university is the way to go? Or what tools do they have in them to think, oh, maybe I should be this, maybe I should be a lawyer, maybe I should be a chiropractor, whatever. You name it, whatever. It doesn't matter, because they all mean the same thing. Or, like, I'm not even banking on this, the Australian entrepreneurial tradies are like amazing, but yeah, especially when it comes down to it, it's like, hey, what made you to actually want to become a tradie? What's your long-term goal? Do you want to run a business? Do you want to move forward? Like, what is your ideas behind it? Because it's like, simply, unless you want to be either a sales rep or, well, essentially a sales rep as an employee, unless you want to be a sales rep or a business owner, those are the only two ways to go. And how can you become a sales rep? Through running a business. How can you, through helping out a business? Or the better alternative is through running a business. And how can you then come up with partnerships and come up with agreements to actually help you move forward? It's just that whole mindset shift, because a lot of people like being stuck to the same spot all their life. A lot of people like being comfortable, because after, when they do it for, let's just say, perfect example, most people out there, whenever they work a job for longer than 6 months, they get comfortable. They stick to it because it's comfortable. It feels right. They don't have that much going on. It's like, it's comfortable, yeah, I guess, but I know all you people have goals and dreams that you want to achieve. As I said, you probably wouldn't be watching this video if your dream was to become a principal of a school, or just become an associate at a law firm. Like, this doesn't mentally help you. But because I know you people are looking to start a marketing agency, so you people want to learn what you need to know. So then you can actually move forward with what you want to do. Not just sit there, not just sit in 9 to 5 your whole life. But I'm trying to think of the point that I was getting at. The point that I was getting at is that most people are very comfortable in their positions, and unless there is a drastic event which gets them to change, it's not going to happen. It's really, really not going to happen, because people need that massive catalyst. People need that pain. People need that. Or you could organically do it and organically create that pain, because seriously, you got to realize there's kids like me out there. Well, I'm not even a kid anymore, but there's people like me who are killing it at my age. So yeah. But thing is, you got to have the right mindset if you want to end up moving forward in life. And you can only have the right mindset by creating the right actions, by doing the right task, and by thinking the correct way. Hold on, let me just move out of the way. But yeah, it all comes down to mindset in life. Mindset, implementation, and skills. So if you guys want to watch, hold up. This is how raw this is. So if you guys want to watch the next video, your mindset is sabotaging your dream, watch it over here. If not, I'll catch you in the next one.